Hello, dear students, good morning. Students, let's start reading the rest part of this passage and chapter also. The whole thing lasted about an hour. The whole thing lasted about an hour. It means that the poet spoke his words continuously for 1 hour, for an hour, for 60 minutes. His speech lasted for an hour. उसका भाषण 1 घंटे तक चलता रहा. Then the poet left. When his speech had been over, the poet left the place, came down the stage, and we all dispersed. The word dispersed stands for scattered here and there, scattered in different directions. So we all dispersed in utter bafflement. Utter bafflement stands for growing confusion in mind. With growing confusion in mind. So all the persons working at the Gemini studio, since most of the persons were only those who worked there at Gemini studio, so all the persons, all the employees of the Gemini studios had dispersed, had scattered, here and there in different directions, with growing confusion in their minds, with growing confusion in their mind, in a very badly confused state of their mind. वो कहता है कि जैसे ही कवि नीचे उतरा तो हम सभी लोग भी बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ी हुई हैरानगी के साथ में, बड़े हुए मानसिक एक जो है ना उलझन के साथ में, हम व्याकुलता के साथ में हम सभी लोग भी इधर उधर अपने अलग अलग दिशाओं में इतर बितर हो गए. What is an English poet doing in a film studio which makes Tamil films for the simplest sort of people? What is an English poet doing in a film studio which makes Tamil films for the simplest sort of people? This question arises in the minds of the people working at the Gemini studio. They can't think it on their parts why the poet has been called there to address the people who only work and know about the Tamil films, who only work for Tamil films. So what the use of calling such a kind of an English poet there in a film studio which makes Tamil films for the simplest sort of people? There the people are not so much advanced and intelligent and so much well educated. Most of the people working at the Gemini studio were not educated except a few ones. People whose lives least afforded them. People whose lives least afforded them the possibility of cultivating a taste for English poetry. This question also connects itself to the same thing. So through this question, the author also wants to make it clear that the people working at the Gemini studio were totally unknown to the importance of the subject English, of the language English, and they did not know anything about English. They were totally blank. That's why what was the use of calling such an English poet to address the people who had no knowledge in the subject of English? So it will be totally the wastage of time. The poet looked pretty baffled too. The word baffled stands for bewildered, got badly confused. So at that time when the poet had finished his speech, completed his speech, he also looked so much confused, badly confused, bewildered. He looked badly surprised, looking at the facial expressions of the audience, because all the audience had been totally dumb and silent, and none of the audience had spoken any word there regarding his spoken words. For he too must have felt the sheer incongruity. Incongruity stands for unsuitability of his talk. Since that the poet had also felt so that there had been no use of speaking so many words in English. There had been no use of delivering a speech in English, and it had been totally an unsuitable speech for him about the thrills and travels of an English poet. He too must have felt the sheer means strong, very sharp, unsuitability of his talk about the thrills and travels of an English poet. So those the persons who had really got so much expectations and who had been really so much different kinds of emotions in their mind and feelings in their mind regarding that the poet, and who had waited for him quite eagerly and anxiously in order to see what kind of poet he would be, and that the poet had really dissatisfied almost all the audience there because of his different accent and power of speaking words, power of speech. His visit remained an unexplained mystery. Here the author tells us that the poet's visit to the Gemini studio had remained totally unexplained mystery because no one at the Gemini studio could understand why that the poet had come there to address those the simplest kind of people, simplest kind of folk there, persons there, who knew nothing about English. So his visit remained an unexplained mystery. Okay, nobody could understand why the poet had come there and what the main motive of that poet was to address them. It is the next passage. The great prose writers. Now in this passage, the author would like to describe his own feelings and his own mental emotions, mental feelings, which were totally connected to his profession of writing the stories, okay, writing the books. The great prose writers of the world may not admit it, but my conviction, the word conviction stands for a belief, grows stronger day by day after day, that prose writing is not and cannot be the true pursuit of a genius. The word pursuit stands for here interest. Here in this statement, the great prose writers of the world may not admit it means if one asks the great prose writers of the world if they admit it that the prose writing is an interesting job of a genius, so they will never be able to admit it. They will never admit it. They will never admit it. They will never admit it. But they will say that no, prose writing is not a very interesting subject for a intelligent person. The great prose writers of the world may not admit it. If somebody asks the great prose writers of the world whether they accept this, the fact that the prose writing is an interesting part, is an interesting subject of a genius, of an intelligent person, sincere man, so they will not admit it. They will reject the idea, saying that no, it is not an interesting subject. It can never be an interesting subject of a genius. But my conviction grows stronger day after day. Okay. On the other hand, the author also admits it that his conviction means his belief, also grows stronger day by day, saying it something about his profession, that prose writing is not or cannot be the true pursuit of a genius. This is the profession of writing prose. This is the profession of writing stories, writing books. Cannot be the desired profession, interesting profession of a genius. The word genius stands for a highly talented, sincere, ideal person. It is for the patient. Now the poet defines the profession of writing the compositions. He says, according to him, as per his experiences, on the basis of his experiences, the author makes it clear, okay, mentions it clearly, makes it clear that this the profession of writing stories is suitable only for the patient. Patient stands for here the persons who has much power of endurance, सहनशीलता जिसको कहते हैं. Persistent, the person who has a ability to work hard continuously is known as persistent. Okay, persevering stands Persevering stands does stands for here. Persevering stands for here ability to or hard worker. Being hard worker. Ability of being hard worker. Drudge stands for here a determined person. A well determined person. Okay. So this the profession of writing. This the profession of writing composition is suitable only for these people, only for the people, only for those who have much patience, who have the ability of working hard, who are fully determined, who have much courage to face the challenges in life, like this, with a heart so shrunken, and the persons whose heart is so hard. Shrunken stands for here not shriveled, not withered, but so hard that nothing can break it. That the difficulties, that the challenges cannot break his heart. Rejection slips don't mean a thing to him. Whenever he gets the rejection, whenever he gets the failure in his life, he never gets disturbed, he never gets disappointed, he never gets demoralized, but he takes the rejection slips as a part of his optimism, as a part of his positiveness, and he at once sets about making a fresh copy of long prose piece and sends it on to another editor, enclosing postage for the return of the manuscript. The manuscript stands for here a text written by an author, but which has not been published yet. Handwritten book. A handwritten text or handwritten text by an author which has not been published yet. So it was for such people that the Hindu had 1 minute. बेटे रिजेक्शन स्लिप्स डोंट मीन ए थिंग टू हिम. वो कहता है कि यदि मान लो कभी कोई पुस्तक किसी एडिटर के पास भेजी गई, भाई आप मेरी पुस्तक को देखो जरा, ये पुस्तक अच्छी पुस्तक मैंने लिखी है कि नहीं, और यदि उसको लेकर के रिजेक्शन स्लिप भेज दी जाती है कि नहीं आपकी पुस्तक अच्छी नहीं है, आपका कंटेंट मैटर अच्छा नहीं है, तो भी कहता है कि वह उस चीज़ को भी वो सकारात्मक दृष्टिकोण से जो व्यक्ति लेता है उसके लिए प्रोज राइटिंग एक इम्पोर्टेंट विषय होता है. ही एट वन सेट्स अबाउट मेकिंग ए फ्रेश कॉपी ऑफ लॉन्ग प्रोज पीस. वो रिजेक्शन स्लिप्स को नकारात्मक वे में ना लेकर के उसको सकारात्मक में लेता है, और उसके बाद वो दोबारा से कुछ ताज़ा, कुछ नई और कुछ कहानियाँ लिखता है और कुछ किताबें लिखता है, और उसके बाद में उन सभी कहानियों को अपनी लिखी हुई उन कहानियों की किताब में लिख करके और अपने हाथ से लिखी हुई उस किताब के ऊपर डाक टिकट लगा करके, ताकि उसको वापस भी भेजा जाए तो उसके पास वापस आ सके, और पोस्टेज का डाक टिकट लगा करके, स्टैम्प्स लगा करके उसके ऊपर, और एनवेलप के अंदर उसको डाल करके, पैकेज में डाल करके उसको भेज देता है. तो कहता है कि इस प्रकार के व्यक्ति के लिए प्रोज राइटिंग है. मेरा कहने का मतलब ये 3-4 सेंटेंस को आप ध्यान से देखना. लेखक ये कहना चाहता है, क्योंकि लेखक ने बड़ा कष्ट सहा है, लेखक ने बड़ी तकलीफ सही है, तो लेखक कहता है कि भाई देखो, प्रोज राइटिंग को इतना आसान, गद्य लेखन का कार्य को इतना आसान नहीं है, और यदि आप मुझसे संतुष्ट नहीं तो आप दुनिया के टॉप क्लास जो प्रोज राइटर्स उनसे पूछ लीजिए. वो आपकी बात को शायद, ये मेरी अपनी बात को नकारेंगे नहीं, बल्कि वो ये कहेंगे, वो इस बात को बिल्कुल भी स्वीकार नहीं करेंगे कि भाई प्रोज राइटिंग जो है वो किसी भी एक बुद्धिमान व्यक्ति का एक इंटरेस्टिंग विषय है, नहीं. लेकिन वो कहता है कि मेरा विश्वास ऐसा कहता है, उसने ऐसा कहा है कि मेरा दिन प्रतिदिन जो बढ़ता हुआ विश्वास ये कहता है कि प्रोज राइटिंग का जो है ना विषय एक पढ़े लिखे विद्वत व्यक्ति, विद्वान व्यक्ति के लिए, जीनियस के लिए, उच्च कोटि के व्यक्ति के लिए, पढ़े लिखे व्यक्ति के लिए कोई रुचिकर विषय नहीं हो सकता है. ये तो केवल उन लोगों के लिए बना है जो लोग बड़े धैर्यशील होते हैं, जो बड़े कर्मठ होते हैं, जो बड़े निष्ठावान होते हैं, जो बड़े अपने काम के प्रति लगन रखते हैं, ठीक है ना, मेहनती होते हैं, और जिनका हृदय इतना ज़्यादा कठोर होता है कि कोई भी चीज़ उनको तोड़ नहीं सकती उस हृदय को. ओके. इट वॉज फॉर सच पीपल दैट द हिंदू हैड पब्लिश्ड ए टाइनी अनाउंसमेंट. इट वॉज फॉर सच पीपल, and this the profession of prose writing, okay, especially was for such people that the Hindu had published a tiny announcement in an insignificant, an unimportant corner of an unimportant page. When it was the turn of publishing that the story, that the book, that the piece of prose in the newspaper, so the reporters of the newspaper, the Hindu, had also given that the particular piece of writing very less important importance, and they had not published it in a very good page, on a very good page, important page. They had printed it, they had published it in a very insignificant corner of an unimportant page. A short story contest organized by a British periodical by the name The Encounter. Okay, because the author had sent his book in a short story contest which was organized by a British periodical by the name The Encounter. That the British periodical The Encounter had organized a short story contest, and in that contest the author Ashoka Mitran had also sent his manuscript in order to see whether his story would be accepted by the editors or not, by the experts or not. But when he found that in the newspaper The Hindu his story had not got such a very good importance, so he, instead of feeling so much disappointed, felt himself so much got himself so much motivated, and then he again wrote one more story, okay, sparing some time at his home, and he sent the same story to some another editor. Okay, The Encounter was not a known commodity among the Gemini literati. The word literati stands for well-educated persons, especially who had got degrees and diplomas in literature. So those the persons who had got much degrees, who had got degrees and diplomas in literature, and who were so much highly educated persons, okay, were also not known to the British periodical, namely The Encounter. That the British periodical Encounter was also unknown to all the well-educated person working at the Gemini studio. They did not know much about the Encounter. The periodical Encounter. I wanted to get an idea. Periodical stands for the duration of 2 weeks. That the magazine was published once in 2 weeks. I wanted to get an idea of the periodical before I spent a considerable sum in lot of money in postage sending a manuscript to England. So again he wrote a book, and before he sent the book to England, he decided to get an idea of the periodical, since he wanted to know about the periodical very fast, so that he could send the book written by him, because he did not want to spend so much money in sending the manuscript to England. Okay, in England. But up to here I have completed it. Now the rest of the part will be learnt by us in the next lecture, and it will be the last lecture of this chapter. Thank you.